Right, ladies and gentlemen, got the Dabbsson 2300 in the van, in the back of the van, on the bed, purely because the sun is shining through the window and it's too bright down there. It was washing out the video. Anyway, I'm here to show you this demonstration of how I'm charging it up.
Hello, Womble Editor here from the future. This is just an insert just to say you could take it that it works. It definitely works, right? But is what I gotta say is I'm showing you, and I used the cigarette lighter lead to plug in to the power upper mechanism, the little box. I used the cigarette lighter lead to do that. Don't do that. Don't use that lead to go from 10 amps up to 20 amps, because it's going to draw 20 amps through that cigarette lighter still. So that's why it's not designed to do that. My suggestion is to take a direct feed off a 20 amp fuse and wire it in direct, as though it is still fused but not going through that cigarette lighter, because that cigarette lighter using the adapter will get hot and it will melt. So this is just a little insert just to say hello, and I'm still here, and I'll let you get on with the video.
A lot quicker when I'm driving. I've got it plugged into the cigarette lighter. This is the only cigarette lighter that's got heavy enough cable, because that runs my two fridges. Got a heavy enough cable, and it's on a relay with a switch, so I can turn it on and off if I have to. It's off at the moment. Right, I'm at 81%. I flattened it. I put the ESO on it just to flatten it a bit. So if I turn this cigarette lighter on, it went click, and then it'll slowly ramp up to start charging. 10 watts, 19, 53, 75, and it says now recharging 87, 80, yeah, 87, 86, 90. Yeah, it's off, you know. It's a cigarette lighter, and they're only capable of 10 amps. Right? If you put anything more than 10 amps through them, the sockets get warm or they blow fuses. Right? So that's why you're restricted when you charge a 12 volt battery off a 12 volt battery. So it says it's going to take 7.5 hours there to charge up. And I was inspired by Gadget John's video, one of them. Not all of them, just the one of them. And he had bought a blue Victron B2B charger, which is takes the 12 volts and it transforms it into 24 volts, 20 amps, which is a lot, right? So that's why I say that fuse down there is the only one in the van with a 20 amp fuse in it. That cigarette lighter is the only one with a 20 amp fuse in it, and it's capable of running this lead no problem. But I can't afford the blue Victron, because that was well over £100 anyway. So I went and I got the cheap Chinese. Right, this is a 20 amp charger. It's a 12 to 24 20 amp. Right, now I will show you the difference. Right, 7.5 hours and only 83, 85 watts. So is what I'll do now is I'll turn it back off. It'll turn off. It's shut off. And it's gone back to normal. Right. With still only 81% in it. So now I'm going to unplug it. Plug the 24 volt one into the power bank. And then the cigarette lead I am going to plug into that, as though the power is going into that now, transforming it from 12 volts to 24 volts. and then putting it into the power bank. But you have to make sure that your power bank is capable of taking that 24 volts. Not all of them will. All the bigger ones will, but the smaller ones won't. Right, now I will turn the power back on, and we'll click. There you go. There's the click. 12 watts, 72 watts, 83 watts, 170, 180, 181 watts. And it has now dropped from 7.5 hours to under 4 hours to charge. Well, you know, when I go up north, 3 hours to charge now. So it flicks in and out. I don't know why it did that there. Right. But anyway, that increased my power, and I'm now able to charge up as I'm driving. Or if the engine's running, because I will wire it up the front. Like I've already got an XT60 socket there, but that one is for the laptop. I can turn the laptop on and off, because you don't really want to leave a laptop on 24/7 charging the battery, because it'll ruin the battery in the laptop. This cable is only there because I've got the solar panels in the front window to keep the van battery topped up. So that's what that's there for. I will put another one wherever I'm finally decide that the Dabbsson is going to live. It will fit in this cupboard. I could take the door back off, but I want that for my small fridge. My big fridge goes in the garage, because I usually have that on freezer. But anyway, still charging. This does get a little bit warm, but I haven't fetched it out with me. But I have got a computer fan, which I sit on the top and put air over it. I think the Dabbsson is going to live in the boot anyway, because as I showed you on the last video, I can plug the Dabbsson into, this is a 30 amp. Yeah, it's a 30 amp. I can plug that direct into the Dabbsson through this, which will then run the van in the case of an emergency. That'll help me out by running the van for me. And I have tried it in the last video. It'll still run, and it'll run the diesel heater. No problem whatsoever. So, yeah, she's dropped down 145 watts. And it says it's still 3 hours. So, as I say, they do get a little bit warm. I think I recorded 32 degrees. Well, 32 degrees is only body temperature, isn't it? Somewhere around that. So anyway, that's it. That's what I've done there. And that's how I'm charging it when I'm out. That's how I will be charging it when I'm out. I'm a womble. And until this sun comes out permanently, it was -5 here again last night and the night before. So, yeah, when those minuses disappear, I will go back out. Hope this has helped. Right, well, I've just shown you that coming back, and I just went up to turn it all off, and I noticed that even although it's a 20 amp charger, whether it's because I've got a little bit of sun on flat panels on the roof, it's saying that I'm only drawing 15 amps. Well, it's a 20 amp charger. So, yeah, I got 300 watt panels up there. Let me just check. I'll go into the other cupboard because I've got my remote for... Yeah, I'm only getting 2 amps, well, 3 amps off the solar. 3 amps off the solar, and I'm taking 15 amps, flickering around, 15 amps off the battery system. So it wouldn't take long to flatten it if I'm parked up. But you don't do it when you're parked up. There's no point doing it when you're parked. If you're parked up, you'd have the solar panels outside charging that up off the solar. So I just wanted to show that. Oh, why is that pushed out? That's it. It's the extractor fan. Right, that's it. Turn it all off. Turn that one off. Shuts down. That's it. It's already put 1% in since we've been here talking. And that is still ice cold. But that's how I'm doing it. Inspired by Gadget John's video. That's how I've done it. Oh, and I nearly had to sell the van and buy a boat. It got very, 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 very close. Thanks again. Bye-bye.